Hey everybody, this is Jeffrey Jansen, who we are going live today from Lake Illinois. Let's see here if I can get the phone situated the right way. Nope, so it tells me to turn it back. Alright, so anyway, we are live at Lake Illinois. There we go. As you can see, more geese for the gander. But we are at Lake Illinois today. Oh, I'm not going to pick on you guys. They're kind of scared of me. So, alright. Hey, Jen, how are you doing today? Alright, so let's go back to what I was doing. If I can switch the camera on. Alright. So, today's motivation is this. I've been paying attention to a lot of what's going on. I kind of keep up with the news and everything going on. And so, my motivation is this. And people are going to really disagree with me today, but that's what I'm good at, is creating controversy where controversy is always going to be at. You see, one thing that I am very proud of is being a Marine. And being a Marine means a lot to me, and we respect every other branch of the service. And that's great. So then I go out there and I look that there's only one other word that's similar to the word Marine, and that's American. You know, there's no such thing as an African American. There's no such thing as a German American, a Latino American. We're just American, okay? And it's funny because I'm going to start putting this out there. People that use the term of a heritage are using a crutch, meaning they're looking at using a crutch so that they can use it later on to basically use it as a weakness. To me, there's no such thing as an American man, or I'm a man American or a woman American. No, we're just American. Simple as that. Blood, sweat, and tears have created our country, that basically created our flag, that created our Constitution, that created our freedoms. There's no such thing as a Democrat American or Republican American or a left-wing American, right-wing. We're just American. Simple as that. And I'm so tired of people using a crutch for every little thing they do in life, because at no time have I ever been called a German American or anything like that. And when I look at the areas of the United States that are being trampled upon, I look and see that it's just the same old good old boy system, the good old network that keeps people down at all times. And what I'm saying to that is we don't have term limits. So all these congressmen and women that we're putting into place and everything else, you know, they're up there because they don't have term limits and they're able to finagle the system. But you look at their districts. Okay, look at their districts and you can see that they're in poverty, that they're in crime-stricken areas. And you notice it's the same people all the time. And it's the same party. The problem is, even if you were to switch out the party, the same person is going to stay in. So when I tell people that quit complaining and quit telling everybody you're a certain type of American, there's not, you're an American. If you want to make a change, you have to do it yourself. Why don't you run for office, run for Congress? And if it's a public system, if it's something that is the public, that gets public funds, that gets taxpayer money, then there should always be term limits. The reason why is I don't want somebody saying, well, I want equal amount of men and women. I want equal amount of certain religion. No. I want the person that's most qualified. And in the public system, it should always be term limits, meaning a person can't be there for any longer than a certain time. And eventually, somebody's going to be there. Eventually, you know, there's always going to be the shady people that mess it up. And there's going to be somebody new that's going to fix it. Okay? And people that look at me and, no, I'm a Marine. You know what? My brothers and sisters are Marines. They don't have a religion. They don't have a credence. They don't have a race. They don't have a sex. They're just Marines. Just like Americans. Americans do, it is a culture. It's its own culture. There's no men or women or, you know, doesn't matter what their sex is. They're just American. And I take pride in that. And I take pride in my friends. I don't care who they are. They're my friends. And if somebody wants to say racism, no, that's a trump card. That's a card that people use. Or sexism, that's a trump card. That's a card that people use. You know what you got to do when you start saying this stuff? We need to make a difference. We need to start fixing those problems where people are out there and they're attacking for no other reason than it looks good or because of a political figure. My motivation every day is to make somebody else's life better. To make other people's lives better, to stick up for the little man, to basically make sure, you know what, that's one reason why at one time unions were really good, is because they were able to stick up for the worker. Now, over time, some unions are still really good, and others got so big that the union bosses became more or less mafia. And I'm only saying that because things get so big sometimes that we forget to take care of the common everyday problem. Going after and fighting for the American, fighting for the person to make sure there's jobs, make sure your school districts are clean, make sure there's drugs off the street, make sure that criminals are put in jail, make sure that people have the freedom to marry whoever they want, whenever they want, make sure that there is no sexism or racism. And you know what? The military's come a long way. I don't see why the rest of America can't. Because guess what? I don't care who a person is. I will always defend an American. I will defend people for who they are, not for what the color of their skin, not for what they have below their waist. And I think that is one of our biggest things. The only thing I'm seeing, even today, I'm watching politicians create hate. I can tell you an equal number of Republicans and Democrats how bad they are. I can tell you equal number of people that are civic leaders who are the biggest race baiters in the entire world, who committed more crimes, and they use race as a crutch so that they never go to jail. And these are the things that I use. They're out here doing some surveying. So basically, every single day, we need to look at life. As in, we need to go out and make a difference on our own. I was told at one time, if you want to make a difference, go do it yourself. If you want to make a difference, run for an office. If you want to make a difference, create a community event. If you want to make a difference, raise the money to do it. In the Marine Corps League, one of the reasons why I do so many leagues is because they make a difference in so many people's lives, and they don't take a dime in return. We're getting ready to do the Great Cardboard Boat Regatta here on this lake next year, and we are going to be doing some stuff to make sure that we raise some money for some buses for veterans that need it and everything else. But a veteran comes in every shape, form, size, religion, race, creed, and culture. Just like every American does. Okay? Now, do I love other countries and everything else? Yes, I do. But I know something? Sometimes we have to stick with what's closer to home. And I told everybody on one of my posts that is on somebody else's, that if you're not seeing the results, then you need to vote for something completely different than what you're already voting for, because obviously it's not getting the job done. There are so many people out there, they're paying protesters. I mean, they're actually paying protesters to go protest. Some of the protester doesn't even believe or they don't believe. They're doing it because people will take money. People like freebies. People like handouts. People like controversy. But the thing about it is, you got to understand that you're being manipulated. And the only way to stop the manipulation is making changes on your own, to go out there and get the facts on your own. Do not take everything on the news media tells you. Don't take everything online. Don't take anything that everybody tells you for like it's the fact, because they're not. And what they're probably doing is they're telling the truth within a lie. In other words, they're lying about it a little bit, but there's so much truth that when you go look up the front page, it's like the beginning of the book, the cover of the book says it, but it's a completely different book. Every day, go out there and make a difference for yourself. Quit using excuses that, well, I can't get it because I'm such and such, or my religion's such and such, or, you know what, you're an American. Be an American. Go out there and make a difference. If you have to, complain and do whatever it takes. Live outside the box. Don't follow the norms. I put a thing on my thing today that says, guess what? You got to break the rules sometimes. I'm not saying commit crimes. But if you want to be different, you got to break the rules. We got to go and make sure that we let people know that we're not going to be judged based on the color of our skin, based on our sexuality, based on what we have between our legs. We are going to base who we are on our merits, on our, how hard we work to get something done, how hard we try to improve our lives. That's what we're going to do. We are going to make life better because we make it better. Not because someone says it's going to be better. I'm not going to listen to all the crooks in the world. And you know what? Most politicians are a bunch of crooks anymore. It doesn't matter. Illinois, we put them all in jail. Republican, Democrat, in Illinois, we'll put you all in jail. But you know, it's even funnier that, the politicians run on slandering each other. And now, like in Illinois, they're going after the governor by saying they're going to stop Trump. Why would you want to hurt our president? To me, all you're doing is playing a game. You're trying to pull on people's fears because they feel less adequate and they feel like they don't have a voice. And all of a sudden you're giving, no, you're not. They're taking your voice away from you by acting like they're giving you what you want. And then in turn, you're putting them in power and they're taking your power away from you. You know how you get your power back? Stop listening to all the crap. Every day in life, you need to know that you matter, that you're important. Every day in life, you need to take the bull by the horns and understand there is nothing in life for free. Freedoms come at a price. The problem is, when you start giving up freedom for security or freedom for freebies, freedom for a free phone or a TV, you'll never get those freedoms back. Germany freely and willingly gave up every one of their freedoms, and that's how we got Hitler. That's how you get Mussolini. That's how you got Castro. That's how you got Chavez down in Venezuela. There's no such thing as true socialism or true communism. They're going to tell you that because they're going to know that you're putting them in power, and guess what? They're going to stay in power for the rest of their lives. Why? Think about it like this. If you want to have your freedom to love who you want, to marry who you want, to be able to open up a business and everything else, then start doing the research on your own and quit relying on everybody else's research. In school, our teachers used to get us in trouble if we were to copyright or do plagiarism by copying down something that's already written. That's kind of what you're doing right now. You're committing plagiarism by basically taking everybody else's word for it and thinking that you don't have a chance. You have to break the rules. I didn't say you got to commit a crime. If I want my daughter to grow up and be successful and become the ruler, to become the president of the free world because she's a woman and maybe be the first woman ever president, then I need to let her know that she can do that. But I also need to teach her what fair, honesty. I need to let her know what the struggle is. I need to let her know what freedom really is. And if each and every one of you wants something in life, you got to earn it. You got to go after it. You got to work hard for it. And if you're not getting the results, you got to either work harder or change what you're doing and work harder in a different area. If you've been trying to get results for a community and you keep voting one side, maybe vote for the other side. Take a chance on something that you've never done before. Maybe that's the only way you can get ahead. All I know is when you start thinking on your own, start thinking for yourself, start teaching your kids what's important, you yourself will become one of the most important people around. Why? Because you believed in something that was greater than yourself. Okay? And like I said, you can have debates. You can have confrontations. Those are always good. They're not bad as long as you don't draw blood or you don't hurt anybody in the meantime. But if all you're doing is trying to create conflict because you're trying to get votes or trying to create conflict because you know people are going to listen to you because, even though you don't believe in what you're even saying, you're not being honest with yourself. Every day in life, to be an American, you got to fight for it. You got to fight for the freedoms. You got to fight for the struggle. You got to fight every single day. Fort McHenry, when the Star Spangled Banner, when it's basically being shot to heck, and the British fleet's just coming down hard, man, woman, and children were holding up that flag so it would never fall. The ramparts, they were keeping it up over and over and over again. It wasn't the military doing it. It was military. It was free men, free women, kids, anybody that could hold up that flag. They held it up day after day after day. And you don't understand. Every one of our forefathers committed treason so we could have our freedoms today. In the eyes of the kings and queens, they thought they could take us down. But did you know the kings and queens also played both sides of the Revolutionary War? They played both sides of the Civil War. They had the money to do it. Why not? So they always would stay in power. I think it's time we stop giving people in power the power to control us just based on what they tell us. We need to hold them to their promises. Hold them to the facts. Hold them to who they are. Be a better person today. If I want my daughter to be treated equal, I sure as heck better be treating everybody else with equality. If I want my friends to have equality and be able to open a business on their own, I better support their businesses. If I want to have open, free, democratic elections to where people that actually can have a voice that are determined to make a difference, I better vote for those people. And quit voting for the people that talk down, that talk bad, and in their areas, that's nothing but crime and nothing but poverty. I'm sorry, but some of our politicians are nothing but slumlords. That's all they are. They've been politicians for so long, and they pull these race cards, they pull the political cards, and they're nothing but childish, immature people. I love my family, I love my friends, I love the military, I love America. I believe in freedom. And every day we have to earn it. Every day we have to get out there and we have to fight for it. Every day we have to be motivated. When I tell you to go out there and motivate yourself, whether you're a truck driver, you're a hero. Police officers are heroes. Okay? School teachers are heroes. Nurses are heroes. Doctors are heroes. You know, people are heroes. And it's not just the school teachers who are heroes, because they are heroes. But we have to actually protect them and let them know what they're going to teach is actually good things to teach, and not some political propaganda that's trying to take away our freedoms every day. I'm not telling you what side of that fence I'm on. It doesn't matter. All I'm telling you is go out there. Open your eyes. Be a speaker. Be somebody that doesn't listen and follow the crowd. Because you are a leader every day. And you can become a better leader. You know, Zig Ziglar said it best. If you help enough people get what they want, then you will get what you want. And I believe in you. Every one of you matters. Go out there on this Tuesday and make a difference in the world. Go out there every day. Look at the veterans who fought for our freedoms, who are willing to die. Go to the cemeteries where they're died at. Go to a regular cemetery where moms and dads died free. They may have had cancer. They may have died. My mom died of cancer, but I tell you what, she taught me a lot. She taught me to think for myself. She taught me to go out there and earn everything in life. She taught me a better way. Do not have a crutch. A crutch is when you call yourself something other than what you are, American. A crutch is something you use when you want others to feel sorry for you to get their vote. We are all American, period. I don't look at anybody for a color of their skin, the race, where they come from, or anything else. I tell you what, I'm going to start calling myself African American too. You know why? Because isn't that where culture started from? Was Africa? Good. You're American. Let people in other countries protect and defend their country. If you're an American, be an American, stick up and go vote. Go out there and, you know, go and run for an office. Go and become a teacher. Go and become a police officer. Go and join the military. Do something to earn your freedoms every day. Go out there and open up a business. Go out there and motivate people so they can think for themselves. They can think on their own. Don't go out there and take pride that you have a culture that you've never once seen or known about. I have a culture this. I'm proud to be a Marine. You're right. But I'm American. I'm proud of my brothers and sisters that come from everywhere, but they represent themselves as American. I am proud of who they are, and you know what? I'm proud that I get to know them. And I will defend them. And I will support them. And do we all have the same viewpoints? No, we do not. Do I know they're good people? Yes, I do. That's what matters most in life. Anyway, I'm Jeffrey Jansen. Today is just a day to let you know that you matter. You're important, and earn every day of your life. Earn it. Don't sit there and wait on somebody else to tell you what to do. Go out there and just do it. Even if it's wrong, you can redo it. Failure is a stepping stone to success. Failure has to happen in order for you to have success. You know, you may come in dead last the first time, but if you keep running, you may come in second to last. Eventually, you'll come in first. Eventually, you'll figure out the race is all about willpower, not about strength. Eventually, you're going to find out that the harder you work, the more success you'll have. But before you have true success, you must have failure. Because without failure, success does not exist. My name is Jeffrey Jansen. I hope you all have a great day. I think the world of each and every one of you, and I really do love and care for you. I only wish failure upon you all so that you know what true success is. Not because I hate you, but because I care about you. And you, my friends, are worth everything. Have a good one, everybody. I'll talk to everybody later. Have a great evening. Have a great day. It's about 4 o'clock now. Bye.